I can hear you now. That's great.
Okay, all right.
Awesome. Well, I will go ahead and hit record if that's
Sure, yeah, that's great.
And just so you know, it's going to be just a little short segment. We're just taking the candidates and, in 15, 30 seconds, if you can sum up kind of your final pitch.
Oh, absolutely.
Why voters should vote for you.
Sure.
What your message is.
Sure.
So, yeah, you want to go right ahead.
Okay. My name's Brian Jackholder, and this is the fifth time I've run for Congress here in Iowa. I live in Pot County, and now we're in a new congressional district in the 4th District. So, my future congressperson is going to be someone that lives 2 or 3 hours away, and I think these districts are just way too big for one person to represent 800,000 Iowans. So my main focus is advocating for reducing the size of these congressional districts into smaller ones.
Now, this isn't, obviously until November, but
right.
When voters look at the ballot and they see your name and Feenstra and Melton, what do you want them to know about you, and why do you think they should vote for you?
Well, I want them to know that I'm going to advocate for them personally, and that as their representative, I believe all of us have a right to be involved in the decision-making process. So the days of sending someone to Washington to rule over us are coming to a swift conclusion, and I think that's great for our liberties and our freedoms.
And then, just so we have it as well, I just wanted to ask you, why did you decide to get into the race again, and how's your campaign been so far?
The campaign has been great. A year ago, the Republicans increased my ballot access burdens by 400%, but I was still able to get on the ballot this time. And so I did this just to prove that our system of self-representation and self-government still works. I'm going to be out there campaigning all summer long, and I'm really looking forward to the results in November.
What are your top campaign priorities?
One of the main top campaign priorities is the fact that this economy is in such a struggle right now, that we see the inflation prices, but something that Congress needs to address is the national debt. When I ran for the first time 8 years ago, we had a 17 trillion national debt. Now it's approaching 30 trillion. So it's almost nearly doubled in the last 8 years. And at some point, we're going to have to restore fiscal sanity to Washington, D.C.
Now, some people might look at your candidacy and wonder, what does the Liberty Caucus represent? I see Republican and I see Democrat, and I can kind of gauge what they think and believe. What would your message be to them when they're thinking about that?
Well, the Liberty Caucus, it's just me. I formed this organization just to give all of us another voice in the political process. In all the campaigns I've run, I have never heard my opponents mention the fact that the district should be smaller, that they're really, really burdened by the size of these districts of 800,000 people. And it's sort of ridiculous to think that one person can represent a fourth of the people of Iowa in 36 counties. So, I want to bring the County Board of Supervisors on in terms of polling them before I would vote. I want to bring the mayors, the county auditors, the city council people. All of these elected officials should be able to go on the record to support or oppose the policies in Washington.
Great. Well, that's pretty much all the questions that I had for you. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I just want everybody to get out and participate. If they're registered Republican or Democrat, participate in the primary election tomorrow. And then make sure that you go to these town halls and public forums with your elected officials and with your candidates, because the Constitution says we the people at the top. So our government doesn't work unless we're involved in it.
Well, thank you so much for making the time. I appreciate it, and take care.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank
Bye.
you.